Oh boy, a new car show. Man, I love cars. It'd be pretty cool to rank all the episodes. Shit. I wanted to make this video a long time ago, but poor mental health and other life stuff has made it very difficult to make videos. But I'm feeling a lot better now, and I feel like I'm finally in a place where I can put a lot more effort and time into videos. And I still really wanted to make this video, so better late than never, I suppose. Also, sorry if the footage quality isn't the best. My totally real Disney Plus account had some issues. I give my life, not for I like to call this episode the Twitter episode, because it's full of clowns. And just like Twitter, this episode also sucks. So Lightning, Mater, and this monster truck, which we'll ignore her for now, stumble across a circus. But Lightning is afraid of clowns, so Mater, the good and loyal friend that he is, with 3 movies that showcase just how close of a bond they have, thinks it would be a good idea to terrorize Lightning and force him to watch the circus with him. Gee, thanks Mater, you fucking asshole. And the clown performance gets really boring really fast. And they need a volunteer, so Mater, like the asshole he is, tries to volunteer Lightning, but the monster truck's like, I'll do it. And while she's getting ready for the performance, you think she's gonna murder them. I'll get back to that. Trust me, it makes sense. But she doesn't murder them. Instead, she starts breakdancing. Drop it on down. How fucking strong is that forklift to lift a monster truck? And then Mater and McQueen leave the circus and ditch the monster truck. So yeah, that episode was boring as hell. And I just don't like clowns in general. But we're starting from the bottom, so it's only gonna get better from here. Woo!
When I'm on the road.
Not that much better though. So don't you just love that trope in media where 2 characters are constantly arguing over the dumbest things for no reason? Well, they do it here and it's fucking annoying. So while they're busy arguing, they come across this Mad Max style camp, and they get mixed up in this race war between gas cars and electric cars, and the 2 factions have been fighting for so long they don't even remember why they're fighting. So after a very heartwarming speech from Lightning about why war is bad, everyone ignores him and fights anyway because of course they do. But I guess they did listen because 5 seconds later they're all friends now. Hooray for a happy ending. This episode is literally a waste of time. Lightning and Mater stumble across Luigi's mansion and decide to stay there for the night. And what follows is just one pointless scene after another. While trying to sleep, Lightning keeps hearing this strange voice calling his name. So he gets up and tries to find where the voice is coming from. While searching, he gets scared by some spooky paintings. Finds the word race car written on a door with a mirror next to it because it's a palindrome. And that's spooky, I guess. But McQueen finally finds where the voice is coming from, and it's a fucking Shining reference. Wow, haven't seen that before. I thought it was funny that McQueen had to do a bunch of 3-point turns to turn around, but it would have been a much better idea to just drive backwards. Idiot. And then Lightning just full on starts tripping balls. He gets chased by what I'm gonna guess is a Grim Reaper or Death car. And then he's in a graveyard and falls into the void and arrives back at his hotel room. Come on, Lightning. I know psychedelics can be fun and all, but you're gonna overdose at this rate. And then they wake up, check out, and leave. What a nothing episode. Nothing learned, nothing changed. At least the ghost stuff was mildly entertaining.
Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that
This episode is called B-Movie. Get it? So Lightning and Mater stumble across a movie set, and Lightning immediately gets hired for a celebrity cameo. We watch Lightning struggle to say the same line for 30 seconds, and then we watch him do the same stunt for another 30 seconds. So that's an entire straight minute of the same joke over and over again that wasn't even funny the first time. And since Lightning sucks at his job, they hire Mater instead. Also, Lightning growls at Mater and it's extremely homoerotic. And Mater is so good at his job that he keeps getting bigger and bigger roles until eventually he becomes the President of the United States of America.
As your president, I call upon the court of the world to rise up against this zombie alien invasion and to squelch this brainy living scourge, or else it's only a matter of time before they blow up the earth.
This episode isn't even an episode, it's literally a music video. It's not even the length of a normal episode, it's like 5 minutes long. And to make this episode stand out even more, it's got this weird pink elephant inspired animation. But I don't hate it. I like to see they're willing to try new stuff with the animation. And the song's actually not that bad. Also, that is straight up just Rainbow Road. We made it. We're at the finale. McQueen and Mater are just minutes away from Mater's sister's wedding, but it turns out that Mater's sister was a bit of a bully, so now Mater has PTSD and starts farting whenever he thinks of her. And it turns out Mater's family is fucking loaded, god damn! And honestly, I'm a little disappointed. I was really looking forward to seeing more hillbilly cars. And after all this time, we finally meet Mater's sister, and her name is Tomato, but without the tuh. And how the fuck are these two related? I mean, I guess Mater did have a pretty similar paint job before he rusted, and she does have a split in her teeth similar to Mater's buck teeth, but I don't see it. Also, Cruz is back, which is cool to see. I wasn't expecting that, but it does mess with the ending in Cars 3. At the end of the film, McQueen retires and becomes Cruz's chief. But here, McQueen says they're both racers? Now, I could get super angry and go on this huge tirade about how this is awful and ruins the continuity, like some other YouTubers have done, but I don't have the energy to do that. Also, I like Cruz. I'm just glad she's back. I also can't help but notice that Mater's parents aren't here, which is strange since this is supposed to be Mater's childhood home, so his parents should still own it, right? Even if they don't own it anymore, you'd think they'd at least show up their own daughter's wedding. Either they're bad parents or they're dead, and I could see either one being equally possible. But after the wedding, Lightning and Mater drive off into the sunset, starting their road trip back to Radiator Springs, setting us up for Season 2.
Holy m***!
As a punk.
What is wrong with you?
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Mater fucking dies. Okay, maybe I got a little ahead of myself there. So Lightning and Mater are driving, and the road just disappears. They find themselves on a giant salt flat, and since there's no road, that means there's no speed limit. Makes sense to me. So Mater and Lightning start going as fast as possible. And after driving for a little bit, they find a group of people that love going fast and want to try going as fast as possible. And since Mater wishes he could be as fast as Lightning, he gets surgery to become a rocket. And he sure does go fast. First 200 miles an hour, then 400, then 600. And then he has a freak accident which causes him to literally die. His soul wakes up in what I guess is purgatory, and he meets the speed demon, aka Death, who is here to bring Mater to the afterlife. But Mater escapes back into his body before that can happen, and the speed demon just says fuck it and lets him live. And the way Mater's soul gets back into his body is that he opens his goddamn door. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the only time we've seen someone open their door in the Cars universe, and I hate it. I really like the code opening of this episode. It's just nice seeing Radiator Springs and the Radiator Springs cast hanging out. Also, Lightning is in his Cars 3 paint job, even though he should be in his fabulous Lightning McQueen paint job. But as we learned from the finale, continuity isn't really their highest priority. And this is when Lightning gets his new paint job for the show, and I don't like it. It's too plain and boring to me personally. I understand why they did it. They gave him a simple base paint job so it'd be a lot easier to put different outfits on him so they can sell toys! But I still don't like it. But after a time skip of an unknown amount of time, Mater and Lightning are already several stops into their road trip, and they find a dino park, and they stop by to learn about some dinosaurs. Mater ends up falling asleep and has a dream he's a caveman, and I really like the design for Caveman, Lightning, and Mater. They end up getting attacked by a T-Rex, but an even bigger T-Rex attacks too, and I gotta give props to the smaller one. He's still trying to eat Lightning while another dinosaur is eating his neck. That's a true hater right there. And I really like the animation style during the dream sequence. They tried making it look like those super old dinosaur films that were made with stop motion, and it looks pretty good.
I do think there's a squatch in these woods.
After a long day of driving, Lightning and Mater decided to stop at a campsite for the night, where they run into some Bigfoot hunters. Now, I used to be obsessed with Bigfoot as a kid. I would watch shows like Finding Bigfoot all the time, so I got unreasonably excited when I found out this episode was going to be about Bigfoot hunters. So much so that I bought one of the Bigfoot hunters on the spot. Come on, Pixar, release the others too. And they did a perfect job of capturing how delusional and insane real-life Bigfoot hunters are. But they lose some points for not doing the call, like, come on man, everyone knows you're not a true believer if you don't do the call.
Like that. like a siren kind of sound.
Also, there is no heterosexual explanation for this.
Mater, I thought this was our time. We were gonna hang out together, make our own plans, right?
While they're out hunting for Bigfoot, McQueen ends up getting separated from the group and starts getting chased by Bigfoot himself. And while he's trying to escape, he ends up crashing into a tree and dies. I mean, gets captured. And it turns out Bigfoot isn't a Bigfoot at all, but instead a monster truck, which is honestly kind of disappointing. I was really looking forward to seeing a Bigfoot car. They made a dinosaur car, but Bigfoot? That's too far. But the monster truck's name is Ivy, and she's the same monster truck from episode 5. She used to be a performer, but during one of her performances, something went wrong, and she ended up killing a bunch of people. Which is why in episode 5, they make you think she's gonna murder a bunch of people. I told you I'd get back to that! And she's living in the middle of the woods to like hide from the cops or something. They don't really explain why she's living in the woods, but that's what I'm going with. And then Mater shows up out of nowhere. And the Bigfoot hunters won't stop harassing Ivy because, you know, they think she's Bigfoot. So she comes up with a plan to dress up as aliens to scare the Bigfoot hunters away. And the Bigfoot hunters are ecstatic that aliens are real because of course they are. But they successfully scare away the Bigfoot hunters, and Ivy likes Lightning and Mater so much she decides to join them on their road trip. Well, what was the point of scaring them off if you were just gonna leave? But there we have it, all 9 episodes ranked. It's a bit disappointing that it's only 9 episodes long, like that's such a short episode count. But that just makes this video that much easier to make, and we're almost certainly gonna get a season 2 with how the finale ended. And I will be there to rank those episodes as well. Hopefully it's not 8 months later though. But if you enjoyed the video, why not consider hitting that subscribe button? And if you've seen the show, leave a comment with your thoughts and opinions on it, and I will see you in the next one. Radical!